Hey guys, Time Itself here. The other day I was playing with some friends, playing some Demolition, and we ran into a slight bit of difficulty. I don't want to say it's embarrassing to say it, but we had a swarm and some dogs and a VSat called in on us, and it made life kind of difficult. So I wanted to go back and look at what that guy was doing to get that against us, kind of explain things, because at the time it was like, what is going on? How is this guy doing this? And I also want to talk about the impact that had on this game, which was not a whole lot in the end. Now you're going to see that this guy is playing really cautiously. He's fairly good, fairly smart, but he's playing extremely cautiously. And it's because the rest of his team is being fairly aggressive, keeping us busy, that we can't just overrun him because he's trying to play back so defensively, which is normally what we would do to a team. If everybody just sat back in their own spawn, we would just push up and kill them right there as they spawned in, and it wouldn't be hard at all. But his teammates are being aggressive, and that's giving him the opportunity to sit back and build up this score streak. Alright, the first problem we have is that our guy is up in the blue room, pretty good line of sight on the A-bomb and back towards our spawn, and we're just not able to do a good enough job keeping him out of there. Normally you would expect the guy in the center room over B domination flag to try and deal with that guy in the blue room, at least keep him busy. Our guy is playing very defensively, making good use of that window, and it's pretty hard for anybody to kill him. So as we're trying to defuse A here, I can't do anything about him. I want to throw my C4 up there, but I got other people to worry about.
Disarming. Not disarming.
I killed the guy who killed you, I'm on it.
Counter UAV on standby. Friendly counter UAV in
I'm getting killed from blue window.
Oh, B-room.
Shit. We need help out here.
Oh, they're behind. I'm dead too now.
I got behind.
Oh, that's lost.
Get away from it. Shit.
That A-bomb site is really tough to defend, and it's always easy to go back and say, if only we had done this or that, it would have gone better. But if I had to make my guess at it, I'd say that we needed a second person up by the center room or over the B domination point, and another one in the back alley. We only had one person between those two spots, and it might have been easier to bother the guy in the blue room if we'd had two people over there instead of just one. It's just hard to see where everyone is when you just one little mini-map. Anyway, we start to pick up that this guy in the blue room is a problem, and you'll start to hear us make some call-outs to that effect.
Guy's hacking in the blue room, but I destroyed it. Bank, behind bank. There's a guy attacking in the blue window. I took it down, but hadn't noticed it there for a little bit.
But it kind of gets lost in all of the other frantic chatter about wherever the enemies are, where the attack-ins are, and everything else that's going on. And it still kind of goes unnoticed that, hey, there's a guy up in this blue room with a silenced target finder light machine gun, and he's kind of being a nuisance to us. He's not even over by the bomb. Again, he's playing extremely defensively now. He's just kind of watching, keeping us from getting control of this area and pushing his team back. Which, I mean, I guess it's a role you can play, but at the same time you have to wonder if he'd go over and help with the B bomb site, maybe they would actually be able to win this round.
Couple in blue window. Effectively cutting us off.
You know, I say that the VSat dog swarm combo isn't the nuke from Modern Warfare 2, and it's certainly not. It doesn't just end the game and give you the win. I think we've had more issues with teams just chaining VSATs against us, in fact, than one guy going VSat dog swarm. But I was thinking about this, and I think one of the reasons why it didn't cause us much issue in this game was that he calls it in while he's on defense, and we're on offense. And so all we have to do is wait it out, and then we'll have a chance to go at it when there's no dogs and swarm. But if they called that in while they were on offense, especially if they waited until they had one of the bombs armed, that would make life a lot more difficult and would probably win them that round on their offense. But the thing you run into then is that, hey, you went to the next round and you went to overtime, and you have to build up those score streaks again. Now, I said this guy was playing defensively, and I was being serious about it. As you'll see here, he runs back into his own spawn to shoot at the UAVs and stuff flying around in the sky, except he never finishes any of them off. I started watching this, I was like, oh, that's how he earned those points and got that VSAT against us so easily. He started shooting down UAVs and other aircraft. No, he just kind of pecks at them and never gets any points for them, and just sits back in his own spawn. He really is more worried about his own KD than winning the game, and more about getting his own score streaks than helping his team out. And as I said, yes, the score streaks are good, but at best it seems like they're just going to win you one round. Now, fairly regularly, we run into people playing like this, very high score streaks, playing very defensively, just again, playing to get the kills with a KD. I mean, yes, there is a role for someone to play defensively on your team. I don't know if it's quite to this extent, but it always surprises me because you're putting so much into those score streaks above all else. Honestly, one of the things that concerns me about my own play is that I have a tendency to play kind of defensively at times too. Not quite to this extent, not to this extreme, but sometimes, and I worry, should I be more aggressive? Would that help my team more? And so again, this is another, I'm going back and watching this and seeing, he did actually help his team out. He was one of the reasons why they got that first bomb detonated in the first half. And then, as you're going to see, halfway through the second half, he just completely ignores everything. Let's watch here.
Hostile orbital VSat online.
Fuck me.
VSat won't help you, bitch. Oh, tacking in the cafe.
Again, he's playing very, very defensively, waiting for those score streaks. But you heard my teammate Reelink call out that, hey, he's tacked in the cafe. We know about this guy, what? And yet we still don't stop him before it turns into a serious issue.
Planting. Die. Nope, I didn't die. Planting the other one.
Be advised. Hostile K9 unit spotted.
Holy!
Bomb is armed.
How is this guy not died?
And right here, it's going to be game over, or at least one of the bombs is going off, if not for both of these score streaks, Dogs and Swarm, that he's called in.
The fucking dog.
Swarm? What is this fucker doing?
Now, I know a lot of randoms would probably just quit the game if you had both the Dogs and Swarm called in, but, well, that's not for us. Oh my gosh, these things are... Where are the guys? How do they do that? No, it just wait it out, and we're gonna come back, I promise you.
I can't do anything while this fucking dog and swarm is up.
And yeah, you're not gonna get a whole lot done, even with blind eyes, so you don't have to worry about the swarm, and teammates covering you, you still have the dogs, they're an issue. But he's getting really greedy now. He's pushed back into our spawn, is trying to shoot us in the back, but in the end, all he's doing is pushing our spawn point forward towards the bombs.
I don't even know.
Right back behind us.
I can't say what this guy's doing.
And speaking of blind eye, I think I'm going to have a word with some of my teammates about why, after the swarm had been up for at least 15-20 seconds, they hadn't figured out how to get inside or put a blind eye class on. What's going on, guys? You know, that's kind of a bad idea, right? Running around in a swarm without blind eye. I keep a class around with it pretty much just for that reason, with my anti-air launcher on it. And 30 seconds after the swarm ends, we have both bombs armed, and we have them pushed back pretty confidently. Our guy just finally figures out, hey, he needs to move up out of our spawn to do something about this, but this time he goes right back to the blue room, except this time we know that's an issue.
Blue window.
UAV on
It's the guy. That's the guy.
friendly UAV.
Blue window.
Oh, fucking hell.
Hostile care package.
That's, yeah, I had trouble with him last round too. I didn't realize he was doing that
I
well.
just killed him.
Sweet vengeance. And that's what playing really defensively gets you. You get a dog, swarm combo going, and about a minute, little more, where the other team can't do a whole lot, but after that, it's pretty much, it's back to normal, and playing defensively like that defensively really isn't useful. So, anyway guys, I hope I answered what the heck happened to us that game, but we came back, it looked okay in the end. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.
Be rewarded.
I'm gonna murder them!
Rip he had Oh, yeah, this is bleeding.